Good evening, everyone. It's 6:30 p.m., and I would like to call to order this meeting of the Princeton Independent School District Board of Trustees on April 21st, 2025, and announce that a quorum of the board members is present. The meeting was duly called and has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 551. I am Cindy Darland, President of the Princeton ISD Board of Trustees, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees and our Superintendent, Donald McIntyre, we welcome our guests, our honorees, and our staff. Thank you all so very much for coming. Now, if you will honor the flag and rise, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. And now Dwayne Kelly will lead us in an invocation.
Let's pray here and bow our heads, please. Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for an opportunity to come and serve Princeton ISD as a school board member and to serve this community, Lord. We just pray for wisdom as we consider and make decisions, that you would give us insight and that you would just be with us this evening and that we would follow your lead, Lord, not our own. Lord, we thank you for all your blessings on each of us. In your name, amen.
Amen. And now I'm so excited because this is our favorite part of the meeting when we get to celebrate our students and honor them. And so we are going to have a party now and celebrate you and your achievements.
You got to turn it on up there, sorry.
How am I now? Can we hear me? No. Well, I pushed the only button I saw.
I was supposed to do this while ago, I forgot, so it's not
He likes to set me up for failure. It's working now. Excellent. No, it's not. Can you hear me? How's everybody doing today? So my name is Heather Stringer, and I am the District UIL Coordinator, and I'm also one of the speech and debate coaches at Princeton High School and Lovelady High School. And it is my honor to recognize some of my students today. I promised last year that I would be a little bit better about setting my meetings up so that I didn't have 500 children, but I did not do my job very well. So I have a whole bunch of kids to celebrate today, and I do not apologize for that because they are awesome kids and they work really hard. So I apologize, it'll take a little bit though. So tonight we're going to recognize students who have competed all season long and reached the highest level possible for their organization. And all of them have earned the honor to compete at nationals this summer as well. We couldn't be here without the help of my fellow coaches, Matt Riggins, Amanda McClure, and Taylor Doherty. Please join us in congratulating the following students as board members present them with their certificate. The first student that we are going to recognize is UIL Congress State Finalist, Tyler Phillips. Our Texas Forensics Association state semifinalist is Oluwatimalayan Aluko. State semifinalist for Texas Forensics Association, I'm going to leave him standing up there with his certificate, is Tyler Phillips. We have TFA state qualifier Emma Parker. State qualifier Tanisha Kumar. State qualifier Hiba Fatima. And our last TFA state qualifier, Pedro Arroyo. And then I'm going to ask for Pedro and Hiba and Tyler and Emma to stay there. Sorry. These 4 students competed at UIL CX Debate State in February. And I am pleased to announce, I'm really sorry, I'm not very good at microphones. I'm pleased to announce that Pedro and Hiba were OCTA finalists in 6A State. And Emma Parker and Tyler Phillips were 6A State champions. And then our last small group of students of 16 were national qualifiers for the National Speech and Debate Association, and they will be traveling to Iowa this summer to compete in their respective events. Our first national qualifier, these 4. And then we also have Rokib Bello. Edwin Ibn Bafor. Sorry. Oluwatimileyin Aluko. Maida Jana couldn't be here tonight. Jalen Johnson. Malaika Ali. Jaden Zarate. Jasmine Mummy. Jimena Gonzalez. Ronit Sasain. And Yusra Ralph. Congratulations one more time to the UIL and Tanisha Kumar. I'm so sorry. Guys, I should have followed my script. I'm so sorry. Congratulations, guys.
And we're not done yet.
No, we're not done yet.
Welcome to the mic.
Are you coming? Okay, he's not coming. Okay. Good evening, Madam President, Mr. McIntyre, and Board of Trustees. I am Joanna Robertson, the advisor for the Skills USA team. Tonight, we're going to recognize and honor our students who competed in the Texas Leadership and Skills Contest. Please join me in congratulating the following students as the board members present them with their certificate. We had 3 students who participated in welding fabrication. Unfortunately, our gentlemen are not with us, but we do have our 3 masonry students. First one, James McGill. Our second one, Mason Zabo, who earned a silver medal. Our third one, Eduardo Alde, who earned gold and is a national qualifier and will be going to nationals. And then for engineering principles of technology, we have Addison Smith. We had 2 gentlemen who competed in construction tools ID, and unfortunately, they didn't make it this evening either.
Call their names out, though?
Yes, sir. Do you want me to call me their names?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, those gentlemen are Alex Eckert and Miguel Olge. Welding fabrication was Alberto Estrada. Ernie Fernandez, and Clemente Rodriguez. Okay, additive manufacturing. We have Sergio Martinez and Rodney Vaughn, who earned bronze. This was our first year to do additive manufacturing, and he brought the car they made. And then our final contest was engineering technology design, and our team is made up of Chloe Parjan, Harsha Minikati, and Harsha serves as our district officer. She served for a year on our district officer team, so we're incredibly proud of her. And Tavares Williams is the third member of our team who is not here tonight. And they have the banner. Where's the banner? You need it. You need that. Our chapter earned the distinction, the gold distinction for Chapter of Excellence, which is for our community service. So for Skills USA, it's based on two foundational principles: community service and competition. And so in the fall specifically, we focus heavily on community service. And in the spring is when we compete. We also do community service, as we will be working for Onion Festival on Saturday. But our students presented a paper, and we were judged, and we earned gold for our community service. And it's based on the framework, the elements of the framework, which is based on personal skills, workplace skills, and academic skills, grounded in excellence. So I'm really, really proud of these students and their hard work. So thank you for your time.
I don't really need a mic. My heart overflows with joy. Would all of our honorees please stand up? All of our honorees, please stand up. Now, can we do like the football games and like cheer for these people, please? Let's go. Yay! Woo! That's more like it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, now I would like you to know that it would be perfectly fine for y'all to leave at this time if you don't want to stay for the whole board meeting. We're so proud of you. Thank you. Sure. Sure. Not a problem. While we have a break, I'd just like to honor our mayor is with us tonight, Eugene Escobar, and also Ben Long, who's on our city council. Ouch. Go away. Okay. The board will now entertain comments from visitors. I need to read a statement to you. Come on in if you're out in the hall needing a seat. Any person wishing to address the board during the period reserved for public comment at a board meeting must sign up to be heard in accordance with District Policy BED Local. The board is authorized to make reasonable limitations and regulations governing public comment. As such, the board will allow 3 minutes for all speakers. The board will discuss agenda items later in the meeting during consideration. The board is not permitted to discuss or act upon any issues that are not posted on the agenda for tonight's meeting. The board has adopted complaint policies that are designed to secure at the lowest possible administrative level a prompt and equitable resolution of complaints and concerns. Each of these processes provides that if a resolution cannot be achieved administratively, Then the person may appeal the administrative decision to the board as a properly posted agenda item. For further information on these policies, please contact the administration office. Speakers during the public comment period are responsible for the words that they speak during public comment and will be solely liable for any damages if it is later determined that the words spoken injures a person's reputation, exposes the person to public hatred, contempt, ridicule, or causes financial injury. Under Texas law, PISD is immune from any claims for defamation. When you go to the microphone, would you please state your name and also where you live? If it's Princeton or McKinney or wherever. So my list is right here. My first speaker will be Samia Yaman.
Hi, I start with the name of God. This is Samia Yamin. I live in Princeton. Well, first of all, I wanted to thank you all that the way you guys help our kids during the month of Ramadan, giving them the space in the cafeteria with the kids who are fasting, and they were able to pray. So I really appreciate the whole staff and the board, everybody who help these kids. Thank you so much. Secondly, as we know that today we are recognizing the kids in UIL, and I saw the other departments also brought bronze and gold medal. But here today I'm talking about debates. When I didn't know these kids are putting so much effort in it, until or unless my kid was not part of it. But when I see, they're working really hard. And if I see, in comparison with other ISD that offer this course as an honor credit, we believe it is only fair to do the same for our students. The level of academic rigor and the commitment our students demonstrate in their assignments, it's it warrants for the honors level recognition. Additionally, since our 6A competition weigh these courses offering honors credit is essential not only to acknowledge our students' hard work, but also to ensure our program remains competitive within the 6A landscape. So I just wanted to make this request if we can help, because if I see in our other neighborhood, other ISDs, so they are actually helping out these kids by giving them this course as an honor credits. So that was the only request I can make to the board. Thank you so much.
My next speaker is Desiree Scott.
Sorry, now I have my hands full and I have to put it. See if I can do this all at once. My apologies. Back in that to there. That way I can kind of set some things down. I have too much in my hands. Would that be possible? Yeah, that's it. Hi, my name's Desiree Scott, Princeton. My daughter's an 8th grader, 13 years old. So I'm here to talk about social media access and your policy to it. Now, I've already been up, Vice Principal Princeton, and superintendent level. I'm here now because you need to not revisit like I was being told. You need to change it. The Chromebook is completely open to Instagram and Facebook in the classroom and outside of the classroom. Now, I'm not sure why this is. I've been told that it was for teachers, students communicating. I've been told that it was for education, how to use social media responsibly. I was told that it was used to, for information for Facebook and Instagram. I don't know. But none of these make sense to me at all. Let me tell you how I even came to know that this was on her Chromebook to begin with, because, see, this is her device that I have parental software on. I have it locked up. She's 13 years old. I don't want her on Facebook or Instagram. It's not safe. I walked into her bedroom on a school night to find her on a video call to a boy scantily dressed on a school Chromebook. When I looked further, I found out that she was also using it during choir class in a chat room that the kids had named Crackheads. Now, I thought there was an adult in there because the icon they had used was an adult man making an obscene gesture. I was completely freaked out. Okay, she's 13. She has no idea how to use this stuff. Either way, this should be by my consent. I get to modify it, I get to delete it, I get to allow access, or I get the oversight. But see, I don't own this device. I didn't even know that you guys didn't have it closed down. There's COPA, there's SCOPE, there's SIPA, there's FERPA, there's COSA coming in. What else do we have to do to close this off, to make it safe? And if it's not just that, guys, now we've got what's actually labeled brain rot from social media addiction. If you can't stand on the safety, then stand on the fact that it's affecting their ability to learn.
Thank you.
I apologize ahead of time if I say this name wrong. Tazeen Mazier? Was that close?
Hello. Yeah, my name is Tessine Mazur, and I'm from Princeton, and my daughter goes to the speech and debate program. Her name is Hiba Fatima. So I am here to request today to make the debate program as an honors credit, and these kids are working so hard, so they deserve that. And since other ISDs are doing the same, like Prosper ISD, so my request, humble request to the board members, to make it an honors credit. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker will be Jessica Barrientos.
Hi, my name is Jessica. I live here in Princeton, Texas. I serve as the controller over here at Princeton Recycling and Worldwide Equipment, located in Princeton. I am honored to have the opportunity to present this donation on behalf of our company to the schools for our community. Although we started our advertising efforts for the recycling drive somewhat late, we nonetheless managed to collect sufficient contributions to assist our local schools. This experience has taught me valuable lessons regarding alternative approaches and resources for outreach and engagement. It has inspired me to go above and beyond, seeking additional opportunities to support the schools of Princeton. In this spirit, I am pleased to introduce a year-round recycling program for all schools called Hands on Cans, which will be implemented across each individual school. I propose presenting this initiative to each school, encouraging friendly competition to see which school can recycle the most. The school achieving the highest collection will be rewarded a pizza and ice cream party for the entire student body. Furthermore, I envision expanding our efforts to include additional programs aimed to helping students pursue higher education, providing school supplies, and supporting children beyond academic settings. On a personal note, as a parent of a student at James Elementary and a member of the school's PTO, I had the opportunity to assist a child who struggled with 12 eye exams, was unable to afford glasses or proper vision care. I was able to pay for the entire exam and glasses, enabling the child to succeed academically and advance to the next educational level. The experience has deeply moved me, especially since my own daughter has astigmatism and dyslexia, which makes me feel it's a duty to help others see the world how it should be. My intention is not merely to present the modest donation, but to become an active participant in our community and schools, demonstrating what waste should not define the value of our children or our environment. We aim to teach our children the importance of maintaining a clean earth, understanding the value of money, and recognizing the impact each individual can have. I hope to engage further with each of you to explore how we can grow and strengthen these initiatives and making a meaningful difference in our beloved Texas community. Thank you.
Thank you. And our last speaker tonight will be Ben Long, our city councilman.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Ben Long. I'm a city resident of Princeton, so I'm here as a father of a student here in the school district, two of which have already graduated. Shook a couple of your all's hand on the stage, getting their diploma. The other one's 15 at Lovelady. So as a father and a resident, I just wanted to come and provide some thanks to what the school district's doing, starting with, it's already been alluded to, is the security of our students when it comes to the internet. The cell phone bags that you guys are rolling out in stages over the years, I think is a positive step in the right direction. As we heard tonight, there's also more work to be done when it comes to the laptops, but I think we all know that. So I encourage you to keep taking the security of our students well. Also, I want to encourage the school district to become a great place to work. Focus on your staff. Focus on merit-based employment. Focused on growth pathways. Focused on benefits. If we have a great staff that really love where they work, it's going to transfer to the students and the knowledge they gain. Another thing I hope that y'all will figure out and hopefully start working towards is next year is America's semi-quincentennial 250th birthday celebration, anniversary of America's independence. So I encourage you as a school district to look at the ways we can involve our student population in essays, in art contests. I'm sure we can form a committee and figure it all out, but the idea is to stoke the American spirit and really bolster that in our education. Make sure people understand they live in the greatest nation that's graced the face of earth. Continue the purposeful partnerships. The Recycle, that's a great example of a purposeful partnership. Continue to do those. I encourage you to continue to work with the city on community-based events. I think the greatest example we have recently is the Pumpkin Palooza. I don't think it would be anything as spectacular as it was without the school district's direct involvement with the kids. So please continue to do that. Lastly, thank you to the elected folks here. You're all doing this on your own time, and I appreciate the efforts you put. Mac and your staff, I appreciate all the hard efforts you're doing while we are growing so fast. And while we're growing so fast, continue to be fiscally responsible with our taxpayer money. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all for taking the time to let the board know your thoughts. We really appreciate you coming and sharing with us. Obviously, if it's not on the agenda, we can't address it tonight. The next thing is number 6, information items and reports. A is construction update.
Good evening. I'm Colton Barnes with Claycomb Architects, here with construction update for April. You're at the top.
You want to start at the beginning?
Yeah, first page is usually nice.
Picky.
All right, so Perkins Early Childhood, getting very close on this one. We've got the civil punch complete. Furniture has been delivered and substantial completion has been issued. The only kind of last things left are the roof punch for architect owner, which is scheduled for this week, and then a kitchen test cook. Otherwise, the punch items that have been raised are being addressed, and then this fall we will see the campus opening and dedication. Next to Tom Bonschbach Middle School. Track and field work has begun. Structural steel continues. Perimeter CMU on the building is nearing completion, and roofing install has begun. Looking forward, we've got some second slab pours scheduled soon, as the decking and all has started to go up in some areas. The installation of the main stairway and metal stud framing beginning in the classroom wings. And then right across the street from us here for the new admin and warehouse buildings. Interior finishes continue. The MEP install has begun at the warehouse. Masonry install continues at admin. The steel framing at the warehouse is complete, and the interior framing, as you can see in the bottom picture there, has begun. Looking forward here, we have the continuation of the ceiling install at admin, the beginning of interior finishes at the warehouse, and the exterior canopy install at admin. Also right across the street, the stadium expansion. Site utility work continues. We have grade beam install for the concessions and restrooms now complete. The below grade MEP rough continues for both the field house and the concession restroom zone. And then looking forward, the continuation and completion of the building slabs, as you can see there in second picture, that's at the concessions. Prep work for the fire lane paving, and that will let us get started on the erection of the bleacher steel. And finally, for the new elementary school, lines have began for the fire hydrants. They have begun backfilling at the grade beams, and below grade foundation and utility work continues. Looking forward for this one, slab on void pours, and then following up with some starting of vertical construction. Are there any questions?
Holding this packet in my hand is just amazing to see all the growth here.
It is, and there's just, I know whenever I was starting last year, I think there were 3 sheets, and now we're up to 5, and so it is definitely growing.
Yay.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Next will be our enrollment update.
You're going to get to hear us talk a lot about growth tonight as we got some stuff coming up here in a little bit. But on our enrollment here, you see from month to month, we are still growing. We're up 53 kids total from last month to this month, which, a few years ago was unheard of for us to see any kind of growth into this time of the year. So We are seeing high school numbers drop slightly, which is very common for this time of year as we have students that are graduating early and some other things like that happening. But you see there in the elementaries, they are still moving in at a pretty record pace for us with 45 additional kids from last month to this month at the elementary. Looking from year to year, again, up 800, almost 800 students at the elementary, 300 at the middle school, and almost 290 there at the high school levels. So still running pretty close to that 1,400 students above what we were at this point last year. So that's been pretty consistent for the whole school year. Compared to our projections, so 808 students above what we projected to be at this point in time. So we have met our projections, we've exceeded those, and we've continued to grow. We've added a new slide for you this time just because we wanted to kind of share this. We thought it was interesting to see where the growth is happening. So this is from the first week of school this year until today, where the growth has happened. So looking up there, seeing Green Elementary taking the prize with 108 students growth since the first day of school. Mayfield right behind them with 102. And then as we talk about some of the more stable campuses, you do have Lowe at 12 and Lacey, or at Smith at 17. So that kind of gives you an idea of where that growth is happening and where you go. Interesting, that's one of the problems we're dealing with is if you look at that right now, the elementaries with the most growth is the one that's the farthest north and the one that's the farthest south. So anywhere where I build a new campus, it doesn't really help both of them at the same time. So we're going to talk some more about that in a little bit. Any questions? All right. Thank you.
Next will be our construction timeline for new campuses.
I'm going to ask Mr. Anthony to share some information with us tonight.
Okay. As you could see, being 800 students over the projections, what's really happened is we've already jumped a full year from our demographic projections when we did long-range planning with the community. We're right at a year ahead of schedule already. And so on the left, this is the schedule of campuses that came out of our long-range planning committee when everything would open there. And you see some of our latest ones were in 2032. But on the far right side of that, we're looking at needing to elevate those campuses up into earlier years. We use that enrollment trigger, which basically for elementary campuses is 700 kids per campus. So we can sometimes get more than 700 over on a campus. Really depends on where they hit and how many special programs are on that campus. But we count averaging 700 kids on an elementary campus. And so every time you hit a multiplier of the 700, it's calling for another campus. And this is what was developed by the Long-Range Planning Committee there. And that's really at 100% capacity on those campuses. So elementary number 11, which was scheduled for 2030, is going to be needed by 2028. Now, we are opening an elementary campus in 2027, and what Mac just mentioned there about the fastest growth in the north and then in the south is our problem. Here, both of those areas we're building right now with Carroll Elementary is kind of in the middle section of the district, and it will relieve some from both sides. But with that rapid growth in both north and south, it's really impossible to build a campus anywhere that would give relief to both of those areas. And so if it's needed in 28, but we would really like to move that campus, elementary 11, to open simultaneously with elementary 10. We have both of those sites. One is farther north up on County Road 831, right off Long Neck Road. And one is a little bit south of Mayfield. And so we have both of those sites, and so that would be elementaries 10 and 11, and that would provide some much-needed zoning relief, too, to help our campuses if we can move that campus up there. Also, in your sheet, you will see when we do move a campus up, total cost of the campus goes down because we're figuring in less time of inflation. But the total cost was never our problem. The problem was always capacity to sell bonds. and trying to be able to sell bonds because as tax base grows with additional houses, that also grows your bond capacity, and so you can't get too far out in front of that. So we've had our financial advisor look over this, and we believe that we can escalate, since the growth is happening faster, more homes faster, then we can sell bonds a little faster, which means we can provide schools a little faster. And so we're looking at, we'd like to move elementary number 11 up to 2027. Now, elementary 12 there, you know, it and middle school number 5 are both needed in 29. But capacity becomes the issue there because in 29, we're also opening that high school. Moving the one up got it out of the way, but to open those at the same year you're opening the high school gave us some capacity problems. So even though they're needed in 29, we don't believe our capacity will allow us to move those up past 2030 to open. Which you look at that actual enrollment there for elementaries is projected to be 8,110 with 11 elementaries. We're counting capacity at 700. That's going to put every elementary at about 750 students straight across the board. So that's going to be a very tight year. We would love to be able to move that up, but capacity just doesn't look like it would allow us to move that up any farther. And so both of those would come in 2029, or need in 29, but we're asking to move the schedule of those up to 2030. I also added another slide there that takes this just a little bit further because the projections now go out farther than when we did ours. These, using the same methodology that the long-range planning used to project that, these are the additional campuses that would be needed by 2034. You know, if you looked on the last one, the last elementary was in 2030, but was needed in 29. Also, the first elementary campus of the next set of bonds would also need to open in the same year, much for the same reason, since that was needed a year. When you're growing 1,400 kids, you're basically growing an elementary campus every year. And so when we put that off, that means 2 probably need to hit in 2030. And so now, if you're going to build something in 2030, you got to have at least 16 months to build it. You've got to have design time. You've got to have a bond between now and then. And so that means our long-range planning probably circles back around somewhere around 2028. Our last one was in 23. It's a 10-year plan. It's expected to, even under the best circumstances, a 10-year plan in year 7 you would have to meet to start getting everything ready for year 11. But this 10-year plan is quickly moved to 7, which means you got to start in year 5 after the plan. And so that's just notice if growth continues, that's when we'll have to go back out and meet with the community again to try to put together another plan going forward for another 10-year period of time. Also in your sheets, I showed kind of the spreadsheet there of where we're tracking the bond sales across there, and that's all. Our financial advisor gives us information he believes we can do this, with the caveat always of, you know, things can change. But the good thing about things that could change, almost exclusively right now, our tax base becomes with additional homes, because we're not getting a lot of industrial tax base, which means if the tax base doesn't show up, the kids also don't show up. If you're not building rooftops, you don't have the kids. And so we believe these two things are going hand in hand, which is why we can move it up. But if growth does slow down or halt somewhat, then that would push both of them back out to the future, because the kids wouldn't show up, and therefore the schools wouldn't be needed quite as quickly. But according to our demographics here, this is where we are. We're currently 1 year ahead already on our demographics, and within 3 years, they show us being 2 full years ahead of the projections and growing 300 or 400 kids more per year than originally anticipated. Would be willing to try to answer any questions if there are any.
It doesn't change the high school anything. Does that?
The high school is still scheduled for 29. We're in design phase of the high school right now, even if, while we need it before 28, or before 29, we could use it in 27 or 28. Two things. One, the capacity there, that's the big dollar amount that's pushing things around, kind of coming up with the capacity for that building. But even time-wise now with the design, it would be impossible to get it designed, drawn and built prior to 29. So we're locked into there. If you look at the numbers on there, both Lovelady High School and PHS will be over capacity well before that opens. I believe we're looking at about 2,200 students probably in Lovelady and somewhere around 1,900 students in PHS on the year before it will open, which will be 150 to 200 over capacity at each of those campuses, really. And so we would anticipate, 8, 10 possible portable classrooms, trying to get through that last year right before we're able to open there. And so that, but from the beginning, we knew at the Long Range Planning Committee, which one that capacity just never showed that we could get that ahead of time. And so it is coming in 29 and will be sorely needed before that.
Do you have any good news?
Well, the good news is we can move them up. I mean, that is the good news. The bad news would be what would happen if we couldn't move them up and we had all those students coming in, didn't have the capacity to move them up, then that would be worse news. So maybe not good news, but not as bad as it could be. Is that?
I think you're done, aren't you?
Yeah. Thank you.
Next is Teacher of the Year Awards Banquet. We're excited about that.
So just wanted to make sure we got those dates to you. So on May 7th at 6 p.m., we will be celebrating our Teachers of the Year. So make sure you have that on your calendar and that you're there ready to go for that night. If you have any questions, I will answer those.
And our security report.
You should have that in your package for your review.
And now, I am honored to present to you Jessica Barrientos. She's the controller of Princeton Recycling, and she has been gracious enough to call us. Jessica, come on up. She's been gracious enough to call us and tell us that she wants to help make money for our school district. And she has all kinds of great ideas. And she does have a child in school here that she's already told you about. And I'm just so excited to be able to have her partner with the school district. And if anybody's listening out there, we're welcoming any business that wants to partner with us and help us raise money for the school district, because we have lots to do. And so we just appreciate you so much, Jessica. Thank you very much for your kind, loving heart. And if you want to come up and make the presentation, you can go to the microphone. That would be good.
You don't have to. If you just want to take a picture, we can just get everybody up there and take a picture. Hey, y'all want to go around and accept that? Yeah. Well, we can talk to it. Maybe she can do comments or an item and we'll put her on that. Yeah.
No, I don't think I can blur it out. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
She can put a big emoji of a money bag over it.
$680 for you.
balconies were kind of my main goal, especially like the construction ones, you know, taking in sheet metal, steel iron, things like that. That really helps a lot. It does add up more than your aluminum cans, which is 67 cents a pound. Take that into consideration. So, thank you.
Misplaced my glasses. And now, number 7 is our consent agenda. That consists of the financial statements, the hiring of personnel, purchase orders over $50,000. Does any trustee have an item that they want pulled for separate consideration?
Mac, I had that question for you. I don't know if you answered it. There was one item in there that had to do with flexibility in pricing tied to tariffs. Did we get an answer or firm that up?
We are only going to be approving the amount that's there. If there's any flexibility, we would have to re-examine that. But we intend to order those tomorrow and do not expect that to be an issue.
Very good. I don't have anything to pull.
Great. May I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Carlos made a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Dwayne seconded. All in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Number 8.
Hold on 1 second. We would like to introduce somebody.
Oh, okay, let's introduce somebody.
Good evening. I'm Maurice Locke, principal at Southern Middle School, and I am pleased to announce that Mrs. Brittany Doss will be coming to our campus as assistant principal. She comes to us from Forney with 5 years of experience, and we're thrilled to have her on board.
You have your speech ready?
Welcome, Brittany. Number 8 is instructional materials, allotment, and certification.
So as you know, every year we have to do a certification for the state on the curriculum that we are using. So you see that form in there that lists those projects, and we just need to approve that.
Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve as presented.
Carlos made a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Thank you so very much. Seconded. All in favor, please raise your hand. Motion passes. Thank you. Next, we have number 9, the purchase of additional band equipment.
So we gave you a list of the new equipment that we need for the band. When we opened Lovelady, because we knew we were going to be moving students back and forth, we didn't purchase some of the new equipment that we were going to need for running the band there. As the band has continued to grow, we're running more bands. And as the student population at the high school has grown, and the band will not be able to use the parking lot at the high school to march in next year because we need all the student parking during the day, they're going to need to move over and practice at Lovelady, where we did paint a field out there, and so we have the spot for it. But there are some items as well that are too heavy to move back and forth during the day for those practices. And so what you have in front of you is a quote. Now, we have not actually got exact bids on all these items. What we're looking for is basically approving that dollar amount, and then that is giving that approval for Mr. Brewer to go purchase the items that he can with that, up to that dollar amount and go. I know we had a question about shipping. We did double check. We will only pay what is the actual shipping cost for some of the instruments. Some of them are rather large instruments, and so it'll be just whatever they show us to be actual shipping when it's said and done.
Thank you.
That amount.
Yeah, I probably think that we might want to put a little cushion on there for him, just as these went through there. So, I mean, my recommendation would be for us to approve $175,000.
I'll make a motion to accept as presented with the caveat of not to exceed $175,000.
Dwayne made a motion to approve that. Is there a second? Julia seconded. All in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Number 10 is consider and act on a contingent for contract with Abernathy Roeder Boyd Hewlett PC.
And I'm going to ask that the board table this item again. I know I asked you to table it last month. We are still in some negotiations and some issues going on there, so just would ask you to go ahead and table that again till the May meeting.
I see no problem with that. Anybody want to make a motion? Dwayne made a motion to table it. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Carlos seconded. All in favor, please raise your hand. Motion passes. Thank you so much. Number 11 is consider and act on RFP number 25.002, installation of portable classrooms.
So at a meeting a couple months ago, we approved the purchase of the portable classrooms that we need in some areas to tide us over while those new campuses are being built. And so again, these are for those areas that we plan to use temporarily while we're in and out of them, while we're growing so quickly before those new spaces go. So in your packet, I gave you the quotes from the three companies. We went out to RFP. We had three companies bid that. Our recommendation would be to go with AB Construction for the installation. That is for the electrical, plumbing, and flat work that we need for those portables to be installed where they're at. All the portables that we are putting in this time all have restrooms in there so that students don't have to go in and out during class periods for those, and that helps with the safety. So our recommendation would be to go with AB Construction for the installation of those portables.
You used AB before?
We have USB. They did the mat room. They're working on that for us now. They did the counselor conversion for us at Clark this last summer. They did the visitor renovation that we had down there at the beginning of the school year. So been very pleased with them, and the work has been good.
And thank you for the restrooms. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to go with AB Construction.
Carlos made a motion to go with AB Construction. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Bianca seconded. All in favor, please raise your hand. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you so much. Next is number 12, consider and act on an RFP number 25.003, the renovation of DAEP. What would you recommend, Mr. McIntyre?
Well, this one's a little less clear-cut. As you look through there, we had 4 bidders on this project. The only one that we've done previous business for is, again, AB Construction. But we did have a low bidder that came in way under the other bids. We did some reference checks. We talked to some other individuals. It seems like they're kind of an up-and-coming company. They've done some smaller projects, nothing quite to the scale of what we're doing down on this project, but all of the feedback came back positive for what they have done at those other projects that we checked into. So I think it's do you want to take the chance on the new guy and see what they can do, or do you want to stick with somebody that we know? It's kind of a interesting situation, and I think those would be your 2 choices. So, I mean, it's our recommendation is either go with Talbot Rod or with AB Construction, depending on how comfortable we are with trying that new company.
Mac, did you have any red flags on the company that doesn't have the track record?
The only red flag that comes up is just that the size of projects that they have provided us with are not the same. The closest ones that they had on the project was they are doing some laundromat renovations inside some current strip centers where, they're going in and knocking down walls and putting in one large space for a laundromat. That would be kind of the biggest. The 2 school districts that they worked for that they were able to list as references, one was they had done some security fencing around the outside. That was their project there. And the other one was a hallway where they added tile down the hallway and replaced some doors in what was a drywall. So that's the only concerning part that is just a little bit of a question for us as we evaluated those. And the committee who evaluated the deals kind of were pretty close on AB and Talbot Rod, one for the price and one for the track record.
So just share how much we would save, and also what that would entail as what they'd have to do to see how difficult it would be.
Like the scope of the project?
The scope, uh-huh.
So we're basically taking the building that currently houses our technology department and our instructional coaches, and inside that metal building, which used to be the old band hall for Huddleston, removing the walls inside there and knocking all of them down except for one office stays in the middle and two individual bathrooms stay, but everything else pretty much gets cleaned out and some new walls built in there, new lighting, new plumbing, lots of electrical work, and placing of new doorways. So we're basically going to create 5 classrooms, an office, and 2 group restrooms inside that building to expand DAP to have some more classrooms. So that's the scope of the work. And then, like I said, the low bid was $166.52, and the next bid was $330.
So what was the big difference? I mean, how is their bid able to come in that low compared to the others?
That's the question of the day.
A lot of people, when they're first getting started, underbid so that they can get some kind of track record, so that they can get bigger and better things. My husband's been in construction a long time, and that's kind of the name of the game. So if it's just tearing down some walls and putting in some plumbing and electricity, I mean, most men
You
can
sure
do
make that sound a lot more simple than it looks when we're getting it done. So, I mean, that is the question of the day. When talking with the other companies, and, they all know what people bid, 2 of them told us that they would lose $100,000 if they tried to do it for that price, that they have no idea. And so but they are bonded, they are bonded, they are insured, but
You could go with Talbot Rod and then have like a contingency budget of some fees set aside in case there was underestimates.
Wait, on the other projects they did they had come within, proximity to what they bid that contract for?
the other people that I spoke to did say that they came in under budget on all but one of them. One of them, they had an issue with the quality of a door, I believe is what they told me, that they had to redo, and thought there might be some extra cost involved in that, but they were still finishing that project at the time. And so they were the only one that said that they had not come in under budget yet, but they were still watching it to see what happened. But the other references said they came in under budget.
A few doors ain't gonna cost twice as much as because the next closest one's more than twice. So.
What about the time frame? Did they say if they were able to stick to their time frame?
They have claimed that they can complete the job in an 8-week time frame. So
I say let's give them a chance.
So are you making a motion, Cindy?
Well, I was discussing it right now.
sounded brave for a moment there.
Okay.
I'll make a motion if you're hesitant. I would like to make a motion that we go with Talbot and get them into the industry. Talbot Rod Construction, am I pronouncing it wrong?
Yes,
Okay.
I second that. All in favor, please raise your hand. I think it's unanimous, yes, thank you. So Talbot Rod, 1. Now, 13 is the fee schedule for the City of Princeton use of school facilities.
I've had several of you reach out to me and ask for some more information on here. I was not able to get all the information that is requested ready in the short time since some of those questions were asked. So I think we may need to table this one and have some more discussions and give you all time to send me any questions that you want me to review and get that information to you prior to us having this conversation.
I make a motion to table it until May. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Bianca seconded. All in favor, please raise your hand. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Number 14 is the budget amendment.
So in your budget amendment there, you'll see that it's primarily for just a couple of main items. It's for portables, portable furniture, and then the band equipment that we just approved now needs to be in there. Those were not things that we had in the budget, and so we need to amend the budget to include those. I will try to answer any questions you have. Ms. Boydman is not with us tonight.
Anybody have any questions or a motion?
I want to state that we're missing Ms. Boynton. We wish she was here instead of you.
You didn't even ask me a question for me to tell you I don't know yet.
Well,
Come on, guys.
I think we knew better. I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented.
Dwayne made a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Carlos seconded. All in favor, please raise your hand. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Number 15 is executive session. We will now move to executive session to A, discuss certified employee contracts pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.074, and B, to discuss purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.072. The board will not take any action in its closed meeting and will reconvene in an open meeting. Is there any reason to keep everybody
Only
here?
if there's any person that you guys have a question for. Other than that, I think I can answer anything that you need. I think we could release them tonight. They had a late one last month. So.
Okay, if you would like to leave, you're welcome to do so. We will be back in open session in a little while, so if you'd like to stay and see our cute faces, you can stay.
But staff is dismissed.
Everybody's dismissed if they want to go, sure. Thank you. I need a motion to go into closed session.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session.
Bianca made a motion. May I have a second?
I'll second it.
Dwayne seconded. All in favor, please raise your hand. And we are going into closed session at 7:48.
7:39?
Okay.
7:39? Okay.
Oh, I said it wrong. 7:39. I'm sorry. I haven't gotten enough sleep.
I don't know.
My eyes are not working. Whoa. take action on any matters addressed in executive session, item number 16 on the agenda. I need a motion for the first discussion on certified employee contracts.
So I'll make a motion to negotiate contracts as discussed.
Julia made the motion. Is there a second?
I just want to clarify the word renew,
You just wanted to do what?
to clarify the word renew.
Oh, okay,
Sorry. Is that what you meant by your motion?
that's what I meant.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now, is there a second?
I'll second Julia's motion to renew of contracts as discussed.
Perfect.
Wayne seconded. All in favor, please raise your hand. Motion passes unanimously. Next, I need a motion on discussing purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. Oh, I'm sorry. I did forget those, didn't I? On, well, that non-renewal probationary contracts. There's
We are not
recommendation, no
recommending
action at this time.
the non-renewal of any probationary contracts, so we will not need action there. We are also not recommending any proposed non-renewal of term contracts.
There's no action needed there too, so yes, I'm skipping them. Now, purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property, please. I make a motion that we negotiate as discussed.
I'll second.
I made the motion, and Bianca made the second. All in favor, please raise your hand. Motion passes unanimously. Seeing no further business, the April PISD board meeting is now adjourned at 9:03. Write it down.
Signed, sealed, delivered.